Hello, this is Bay Area 51, and I'm putting together this video as a record of my maiden voyage in my um, refurbished kayak that I've made some modifications to, and the kayak has a sail on it. So I'm going to show you basically what I've done during the Memorial Day holiday where I took the kayak out to the Bolinas Lagoon and launched over by this little school on Highway 1. Uh, the tides, actually the depth of the water there is like 1 foot to zero. The tides come in late, at least that day. I had to wait till about 1 o'clock to wait for the tide just to get to that point where the school is to launch your kayaks. So that's where most people that don't want to go all the way to Bolinas launch their kayaks near that school. So I guess I'm I'm kind of recording this follow the hand. So I go and I launch the kayak and I made my way towards I guess the Stenson Beach housing area where they have in the inner lagoon they have a beach, and I stopped there. I guess I made some adjustments to the kayak and set off towards the mouth of the lagoon. And most of this area is, pretty much 1 to 2 feet at the most depth. So the draft on that kayak is about 6 inches, so I can pretty much could make it through about, I guess, 6 inches of water. So there are some areas along the lagoon that you can navigate, but you got to be careful because you'll run into sandbars, so forth. So I made my way along I guess, the inner beach and coast up to the mouth of the Bolinas Lagoon and out to the Pacific. So you can see there's lots of waves, big waves, about 3-4 feet. So I didn't want to go out that far. I then turned the kayak around, stopped off at the beach, had lunch, and headed back towards where I did my launch. So I took another route near this is the Kent Island area where there's a little bit deeper channel, um, and the wind was blowing, I guess you would say, eastward, northeasterly. So this is where I start my journey with my kayak, Kaskazi sailing kayak. So here we are, the kayak, and I got this pop-up sail. I modified it's a 15-foot long kayak with these outriggers that I got, and works out pretty good. I'll put the links to the company that makes those outriggers, and this kayak I bought used. Um, it was in pretty good shape. It's probably a good 15, maybe 15 years old. It's custom made in South Africa, and it's a touring kayak, 15 feet long. So It's my first chance at sailing, so this lagoon is pretty mild. The winds were about maybe 7 miles per hour, and the distance for this run was probably, I'd say, about a mile from where I was at the island there to where I'm heading. So if you were to look straight to the, I guess, the bow, you could see a little white dot down there, and that's a car that's parked. So I have these, they call them lee boards that are next to those red pontoons. They're going straight down to help the boat stay straight. This allows you to do tacking, I guess, in the world of sailing, where you can use the sail, which, if you look at it, looks like almost like a hang glider, as a wing, and the aerodynamics of the sail helps propel the kayak. So I'm probably clipping along, probably about 3 miles per hour. So this video is going to be pretty long, so just wanted you to, actually this is more for my own enjoyment, because I'll probably be the only one watching this thing, but I think it's a cool thing, and I think I'm hooked on a new hobby, and I plan to do some fishing also. Get a little better at this sailing. I'll probably do this at the Berkeley Marina, and maybe once I get even better, I'll take it out to Half Moon Bay. Yeah, it's a pretty big kayak with all the, I think when I had those pontoons stuck down, kind of creating a stability situation, it also caused a lot of drag. So there could be a possibility where I'll just have, pontoons up a little higher, and the only time when I need the pontoon is when the boat is leaning too far over. But I may not even need those pontoons. Pontoons only probably would be needed when I do some fishing and I need to kind of move around on the kayak, possibly even stand. Now that sail can be brought down on the mast and dropped, and then you can just use your paddle to paddle around. I think I'm gonna make a mod with the mast with probably fit a board that will fit with a hole where the mast can go through, and put some of my rigging, and also I'm gonna have a Garmin fish finder and depth finder and GPS tracker mounted on that middle board in between the legs there. And yeah, and the back behind me, there's plenty of room for storage of stuff that you would take if you're going fishing, and I have fishing rod holders behind me. Maybe I can mount a GoPro in the front, so then I can get not only my head cam but also a video of me fishing or just sailing. So yeah, all I'm doing right now is I'm holding that stay, if you want to use that term. You can see there's little ropes that are on the top part of and the bottom, and then there's another rope that goes to that little mast It helps hold it up, but it had these little riggings where you can pull the cord and into a little stay, I guess you want to call it, and maybe do paddling or fishing while the boat's sailing in one direction. And that's what hopefully I can do with if I do any like fishing, trolling, and yeah, it's moving along. It's we're good. How many minutes into this? Gosh, it's gonna be a long video. You gotta be patient. Do sailing. Um, I would turn the sound up, but that wind is blowing pretty loud, and maybe you rather hear my voice than the wind. I think it's a cool thing, you know. I've watched this video a couple times, and each time I watch it, I think of something new that I can do with this kayak. Now I have all the safety gear. I have kayak life vests. I got the whistles, and I have the radio. I have the special radio for sailing or maritime radio. You can call emergency. But I'm also gonna make the mod where I'm gonna have that fish finder on here, and if I gets to be pretty good luck at fishing, I might even get a higher level fish finder, even a Garmin Eco Map SV or something like that, where you can look at that little sail is pulling this 15-foot kayak. It's cutting too. You could look at that. Look at it's moving, and I think if I get in some really strong wind, this little kayak will get moving really good. Getting closer to the other side of the lagoon. Now, this is probably the deepest part of the lagoon. And I don't know which way the tide is flowing back, or it's just kind of. You see, look at that. Look at that. And every once in a while you'll catch some seaweed. I'll catch some seaweed on those lee boards down there. See that seaweed? That's causing drag, but oh well. And, yeah. It's my first sailing adventure. Look at it, I'm moving along. Nice little clip there. I guess the good part about having these kayaks is that you can load them on your car, or for me, I have it on my truck, and you don't need a big giant trailer or anything like that to pull your move around with. But I definitely can't. I'm not going to be putting this thing on my small little smart car. Definitely not. I think it could fit definitely in. I have my fifth wheel. It'll fit in the garage of the fifth wheel toy hauler, but if I ever get to that time where I can do some traveling around and have that truck tuned up and everything tuned up right, and hopefully by that time the truck will still be I can still drive it on the road because the way things are going, with diesel, it does have the smog on it, but it's. I think it's gonna make it through this around. I think in 2 years they're pretty much shutting down all diesel trucks in California. But this truck is like just below the um, GVW, and it has some emission control on it already, and it does pretty good. It's passed all the diesel stuff. So, hey, talking about diesel trucks while I'm sailing here. Okay, as I'm getting closer to this Highway 1 up there, you can see there's cars driving along the Highway 1. Somehow, I'm just not. The wind is dying. Maybe because the wind kind of scoops in to this lagoon, and then there's hills up there. See those hills? It probably causes the wind kind of to go up the hill over those trees, and then maybe it's causing the wind to slow down. But the middle part, most of the middle part of this lagoon, I'm getting pretty good winds. Still moving along. And you see the white truck or whatever that is over there. I put my heading towards. It's pretty good. I'm into 16 minutes of video already. It's probably the longest video I've ever made. 17 minutes, wow. And it looks like I have a good 8 more minutes to go. I don't know if I'm going to put this up on the internet. It's going to be too big. I have to chop it down some more. Boy, but I tell you this, after this day, I had more, I was just trying to figure out, oh, here, I'm going to put my head over, just relaxing, letting this sail take me. But my first, kayaking, I think I didn't have the right form for paddling, and I think that paddle's too big for this. So I went in and ordered a Greenland carbon fiber paddle. It probably weighs less than half of the paddle I have right now. The paddle I have now has carbon fiber, but I believe it's just too big, and the paddle part is not carbon fiber. It's like plastic or something, fiberglass. So you do enough paddling, and I think my total trip that I had going from the school all the way back was about maybe 6 miles. And of the 6 miles, I think I paddled at least, I would say, 4 miles. And so when I got back home the next night, I was so sore. But I'm getting up there. I gotta try to get back into doing some physical stuff. I used to be pretty physical back when I was younger, and here we are, starting to putter out. Sails slowing down. And I guess it's getting a little shallow up here. I think I'm dragging a lot of seaweed with those lead boards up there. You can see it's brown. The brown means like mud underneath there. Oh, I'm getting over close to the cattails and stuff. I'll say, okay, so at the beginning of the that little island, putting up the sail all the way to pretty much, I think I made it across the lagoon. It's a good, there's a time say on there, so it's about, I'm at the 20-minute mark, so that was probably about 16 minutes. Okay, there it is, fluttering. So I'm trying to tack back the other way, which is, that means that that sail is kind of into the wind. I'm dead in the water there. There you go. But hey, made it to the other side. Guess that's how the adventurers in the old times got across the ocean and made it to America. Alright, now I'm going to do the paddling. Try to paddle back out so that I can catch some more wind. But yeah, that was the extent of my first sailing adventure with my 15-foot Kazakhstan touring kayak. Alright, so this is Bay Area 51, and I am signing out.